In this video, we're going to be doing something a little different. I've got this NightFire Electronics American Siren. I'm going to be assembling the components together and testing it out, and I have no idea how it's going to sound or how loud it will be. So let's get started. If you order one of these, this is what you get. Looks like just a Ziploc bag, sandwich size. Comes with a schematic. First off, I'm going to have a little bit of a problem with the resistors. I'm slightly colorblind in my reds and greens, and none of the components are marked. And the resistors, these little devices right here, there's several of them in here, you can see that they have a resistance value. This one is a 2.7 k ohms. This is a 68 k ohms. Indicated on the body of the part is by color bands. So to get around that, I'm going to get out my trusty digital meter and actually measure the resistance. Alright, I got the resistors sorted out, and I had them placed in here so I know them by the number, which relates to the schematic, and also the value that I measured on the meter. And then I took them out of here and I put them in the board, so that's where we're going to proceed next. I also took the other components that we have and just kind of did a little inventory and separated them out so we know what goes where. And I'm going to begin to solder all of the resistors in. Is to cut the excess off the leads. And here we have the assembly. And there are two adjustments on here. There's potentiometers, and there's one for the rate, and then there's one for the tone. And what we'll do is we've got the wires that will go to the battery, the DC supply. And we have the wires. This will be connected to a speaker, and then we will test it out. Okay, let's see if this thing's going to work now. I found a little 8 ohm speaker here. The circuit doesn't say anything about how many ohms a speaker should be. Typically small circuits like this, 8 ohms is probably about right. Get my battery for the supply, and this is a kind of a little handy thing that I made. Got the Tamiya connector, connects onto all of my Tamiya batteries, and it's really like a jumper cable, so I can use this to test out motors to see if they're running right off of a battery without having to fiddle with little pins and everything. First, I'm going to take our speaker, and I'm getting the soldering gun warmed up here, and we're going to solder the wires. I've identified the plus and minus, positive and negative, and I have my blue as my positive. So we'll get started on this. First we'll tin these wires a little bit. Okay. And we'll just solder the wires right on. Alright, red for positive. And we'll just touch this on here, see what we get. Okay, we're getting sound. Actually, that's a little louder than I thought it would be, which is good. Now we can make adjustments. This one is for adjusting the rate. So we've got a slow rate. And this one is for the tone. That's pretty high pitched. Success. So I have a scrap speaker or a spare speaker. I think I paid about $3 or $4, $5 for these, a couple of these speakers a couple of years ago. About I think $8 plus shipping. I bought 2 of these units, so I'm going to put them in 2 boats, and I will do it because they work. Alright, this one works. Thank you for watching.